I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at the exhibition of Queer Outlaw Cinema at the TIFF Bell Lightbox in downtown Toronto. I'm here with Noah Cowan, the executive director of the San Francisco Film Society. Tell me a little bit about TIFF's long-standing relationship with queer cinema and how it's been such a support over the years.
Well, the Toronto International Film Festival grew in many different ways, and I think one of the pillars of that growth was a real reflection of the openness, the tolerance and curiosity of this city, Toronto itself, and that was particularly towards the LGBT community and its leading filmmakers. Among those was Derek Jarman, who really forms the core of this exhibition, and his work and his life. He came to the festival many times, and most of his films over the years showed here. And we've really looked at some of the trends in parallel to his career and some of the artists who've come out in his wake, and really talked about there was a real shift in how LGBT artists would talk about themselves in the world, and I think this exhibition really reflects that. Not just this exhibition, we're actually doing some wonderful things in our cinemas. Two great retrospectives, one on Derek Jarman, of course, and then one on LaBruce, who also features in this exhibition. And then a number of significant personalities who are going to be on our stage, also sort of LGBT celebrities, if you will, sort of talk about where we came from and where we're going.
And can you speak a little bit to the AIDS movement and how that has influenced queer cinema and art as well?
Sure. During the AIDS crisis, which obviously killed tens of thousands of gay men around the world, but also really kind of crippled the sort of LGBT sort of civil rights movements and liberation movements. Frankly, gay men had to rely a lot on our lesbian sisters to actually help us in that time of need. And so the process of recovery was a difficult one, and part of what needed to happen, both during the crisis to actually illuminate what was going on so that there'd be more government action, but also after so that we could recover culturally. Because among those tens of thousands of people were some of the greatest artists who ever lived. And so in that part of that recovery also, the artists had to take different strategies and find different languages, different vocabularies to try to deal with this apocalypse that had occurred amongst us.
Absolutely. And you're definitely expressing some of this work here at the exhibit. Can you tell me a little bit about the somewhat abstract art pieces that audiences can expect to see?
Sure. It's actually a combination of sort of more abstract and sort of narrative work within the exhibition. What we hope is that it's the summertime, World Pride, there's going to be a lot of outdoor drinking, a lot of naked guys, a lot of like hot girls, hot trans people wandering around. But we think this is kind of a poetic oasis where people can reflect maybe on the past and the future, maybe take a little break, see the work, and kind of think about how they, if they're members of the LGBT community, might want to act as part of World Pride or act once they leave Toronto. And for people who aren't identified with the LGBT community, maybe learn a little bit about the context of why World Pride is so important.
Well, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.